Vixie. I hope you're having a great day and hope it only gets better. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Draw. But of course, before we get into what we're going to be drawing today, of course, we have to cover the comment of the week. And let me pull that up real quick. I picked out this comment from the Male Lilligant where they say, "I'd be so down for an occasional Isaac stream here and there. Makes for good in-between content. By the way, lucky pennies have a green sheen to them that you can see easily. There was no need to waste your bombs there." Which, thank you for the tip, for one. However, to this day, I've still not noticed when a penny is a lucky penny. So, I'll keep an eye out, but I haven't seen it yet. If you would like to be the next comment of the week, leave a comment down below. I do not have a particular theme for this week, so it can be anything you want. It can be silly, it can be stupid, it can be something completely nonsensical you just thought of on the spot, and who knows, you might be the next comment of the week. Now, what are we going to be doing here with this here episode of Let's Draw? Well, if you watched the last episode of Let's Draw, you would know that we did this. We did a little bit of a redraw of Vixie being cool and looking good in her fancy silver dress, and I keep coming back to this on my own time and be like, man, I should really finish that. So we're gonna see about maybe doing some line art today. So while I currently set up this this group here, I feel like this is a good time to say that, hey, if you enjoy my videos and whatnot, maybe make sure to check down below, see if you're actually subscribed, because one, some people just, forget to subscribe, which is understandable. I'm actually going to turn off the color here. Not only do people just, occasionally forget to subscribe and everything, YouTube has this problem where they, consistently unsubscribe people for some reason, and I will never understand that. But just in case you do enjoy my videos, I'd recommend looking down below and making sure you are subscribed, and if you are, make sure to turn on bell notifications so you actually get notified when I upload stuff, because YouTube is terrible at that. I will start off by saying that I was really torn between what I wanted to do today for the video. On one hand, I really wanted to do more Minecraft, but I kind of want to wait until the 2 videos I have uploaded are uploaded before I record any more, because I feel like the way I interact with my comments and everything has shifted a little bit, purely because of how I've been approaching the recording the Minecraft series, being I just record it whenever I feel like and not record it on Monday when I normally record. So that has led me to some issues, namely with comment of the week, where I would, as an example, for the first episode of Minecraft, I actually mentioned a theme for that week, and it took me a second to realize specifically how I wanted to go about actually reading out comments with that theme, because obviously, with the fact that that was recorded well in advance, I wasn't going to upload the video relatively soon comparatively. So I was trying to figure out, okay, if that's not going into another Minecraft episode, what video is it going to go to? And I ended up just recording another episode of Hollow Knight and hoping that the people who watched my Minecraft series ended up, watching that episode of Hollow Knight if they were hoping that they would be the comment of the week. And that sort of issue only really arose because of the different manner I've taken to recording in recording my Minecraft series. So I probably will going forward, I probably will record Minecraft whenever I feel like and not have to worry about my schedule or anything, because I do just like Minecraft, and that's the biggest selling point of that series, is that I can record it whenever I want. But I probably won't do any more comment of the week themes in specifically my Minecraft series, just to avoid that sort of conflict, I guess. That's not really the word I'm looking for, but it conveys the sort of message I'm trying to go for. With that short little point of what's been going on in my head, YouTube-wise, this is probably a good point for me to actually start talking about, my art and things, seeing how this is my fucking art series. Granted, this is my art series on YouTube, so either way works either way. But if you're watching my art series, the odds are you care at least somewhat about my art, so you might want to hear what I've been working on recently and what's been going through my head. So if you watched the Isaac video that, funnily enough, the comment of the week was on, then you may remember that I mentioned that I wanted to, or rather I was working on workshopping a new OC, which I haven't done any work on yet. She's still yet to be drawn, but I have been working on some other stuff aside from, what we're working on here and thumbnails and stuff. Namely, I've been working on a little bit of fan art, which I don't often do, But I was scrolling through a very specific blue website the other day, and I came across a character from a game I really like, namely my favorite game of all time, that character being Vicar Amelia from Bloodborne. And sort of like that old drawing of Freya I did a while ago, I had the thought of, you know, I love this character so much, and I've never drawn them before, so I wanted to fix that. So I sat down and was like, alright, let's give drawing Vicar Amelia a try. And as I was working on that, I was like, you know, at least color palette wise, Vicar Amelia is pretty similar to the OC I want to work on, because they're both like white wolves. So I decided that it might be fun to like try and like throw in a couple of these, throw in a couple aspects from the OC and like use this like already off-model drawing of Vicar Amelia as sort of a test drive, so to speak, of some of the like character aspects of this character that I'm working on. Right now I really only have the sketch for that Vicar Amelia drawing, and it's probably going to be a little bit before I finish it, because I do want to do a background for it, and I have like basically no experience in background, so that's going to take a little bit. So far, I feel like it's okay. It's not the best thing I've ever drawn, but I do like it. And pardon me one moment while I'm very meticulous about the shape of the eye, so I do this correctly, and crab-bam. How's that look? Hold on, sketch, go away. How's it look? Yep, alright, that's about the shape I wanted. And overall, I would say it was a decently good idea for me to like test drive some of these like character traits on the Vicar Amelia drawing, because it's giving me a little bit of insight into, I guess, how I want to go about actually like committing to those specific character design traits. If you didn't watch the Isaac video yet, and or you don't really feel like watching it, maybe because, you know, you don't have an interest in Isaac or whatever, maybe you're just here for my art, in which case, hi, I love you, you're cool, I really like you. A notable, well, not a notable, but like the biggest part of that character's design is that they are going to be like very angelic and like holy and stuff like that, and have like holy magic that they can do stuff with. And seeing as how Vicar Amelia is, go figure, a vicar, I figured that she was a good starting point, while also being able to potentially draw something that might get like a little bit extra traction on like Fur Affinity and Twitter and stuff, because as most artists will tell you, before you can really get traction just by drawing your OCs, you kind of have to start by drawing fan art specifically, because not a whole lot of people are going to care about specifically your OCs before, you know, they even know who you are. Granted, if you have a really, really good OC and Twitter's like algorithm is like on your hand, if you're using Twitter, or on your hand, is on your side rather, then you might get a good chance of people saying like, ooh, hey, I really like this OC. But the chances are much lower than if you're just to like draw something of like Luna or a pre-established character that people already like. And thankfully, people have good taste and really like Vicar Amelia, just like me. So I guess I'm pulling somewhat of a sneaky by working on this Vicar Amelia thing and indirectly getting people, like, giving them a sneak peek into an OC that I'm going to drawing, so hopefully they'll be familiar with that style and be like, oh, that reminds me of this Vicar Amelia thing I like. I like this OC. I'm trying to perform a psyop, you see. Why can't I do this right now? Oh my god. I think I'm going a little bit too fast, so let's just slow it down a little bit. It's a very specific shape. I like having her mascara, eyeliner, eyelashes be. There we go. And now we'll just do this, that. There we go. That should work. And I should be able to... wait, no. Crap. I want this to come out a little bit more. I want the edge to be like right here. So I'll put a line there on a separate layer, just so I know where I want to stop. So if anyone was potentially looking forward to this OC I keep talking about, which, once again, if you do, hi, hello, I love you, you're very cool. Unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit before I actually end up drawing her, because I'm still workshopping her, she's still in the beta testing phases. I have a general, like, a pretty good idea of what I want to do with her. It's just a matter of, like, really, like, putting in the effort to try and get those specific aspects, rather, down pat. So it's going to be a little bit longer, but soon enough I will have that character drawn, and who knows, maybe she might end up showing up in a Let's Draw. That would be cool. Potentially not, I'm just going to say that out the gate, maybe not, but we'll see what happens. Weirder things have happened. There we go, that'll work. And then we'll fill that out and see if I like that shape. Let's get her eyelashes in here. Which, speaking of eyelashes, I'm not like throwing shade at like this comment or anything. It's just a funny thing that that I remember about one of my Let's Draw videos. I'm pretty sure it was on one of the Roxy episodes of the Roxy drawing I never finished. But this person left a comment basically saying, aren't eyelashes supposed to be like lines and not triangles? Referring to like how I draw like eyelashes like this. And I said like, usually yeah, that's how people draw them, but that's not how I draw them. And I just found that interaction kind of funny because like, it's completely harmless. They were just saying like, it's a bit strange that you're drawing eyelashes as like triangles, and I just found it kind of funny that they were so hung up on how specifically I go about drawing eyelashes when they're watching a video about me doing art and can very specifically see my art style, and they left a comment saying like, hey, why are you doing it like this? Because it fits my style. It's very distinct. I would like to think that the way I draw eyelashes is distinct, which, funny enough, speaking of, I can't get these top lashes correctly for some reason. Am I doing it wrong? Okay, tell you what. I don't usually do this. Usually I do these, well, if you've seen the other videos, you've seen how I do it. Usually I do these top eyelashes like around the same time I do the rest of the top. But I'm going to give a bit of a go by drawing the rest and then see maybe about filling in with the top and bottom lashes to get the proper shape I want. To see if they can't like mesh a little bit better. And I can never quite decide how I want to do the bottom. I suppose I could select the entire inner part of the eye here and then do invert select so I'm drawing everywhere outside. I might do that just to prevent myself from like going over a little bit. We'll give that a go real quick just because I've never really done that before. Let's see what happens. Polygonal select tool. There we go. And now we invert selection. So now, no matter what, I should not be drawing in there. There we go. Oh no, she's been crying. Anyway, so now I should be good to just fucking send it and generally shape it the way I want it to be. I'll get this eventually. Am I on 100? Yeah, I'm on 100. Usually I do eyelashes on 100 because they kind of have to have like this very specific shape. So let me map this out in my head because my brain's not working. I woke up like 3 hours ago, but it usually takes me at least 4 to wake up fully, so let's see. I want to go in, then out, then back around. So in, then out, like that. But more drastic so I actually get the shape that I want. But slightly less drastic so it's not like excessively drastic. You know? I think for this bottom one specifically, actually, it might be a better idea to do the bottom lashes first, because at least this front one has to go in line sort of with the general shape I'm going for anyway. Oh. There we go. How's that look? That's looking much better. Okay, cool. So, yeah, let's just send it like that. And have these bottom lashes come through. That. And now, if we just connect those up, ready to be filled in and such. You can now follow the inside line. That looks a little lopsided. So let's connect these first two up first, the way I want them, and then we'll do the third. Like that, maybe? Yeah, it's a little bit sharper than how I normally go, but it doesn't look terrible. I want that to come down a little bit more. Okay, well, seeing as how I have that here now, so what if we just do it like this? This might be a bit easier. Did we get it? We might have. Alright, let's fill in what we have so far and see how that looks. Where'd I go? Where am I? That's hair. Okay, my ham-fisted scrolling needs to be better. So while I fill in the eyeliner here, since this doesn't really require too much of my attention, I've actually been playing a lot of Isaac recently, and that's part of the reason I picked out Male Lilligant's comment, because it gives me a related talking point to the comment of the week. Isn't that kind of funny? I have been, ever since they posted that comment, I have been slightly considering maybe picking streaming back up. I'm not going to stream on Twitch anymore, I don't think, because I don't want to be associated with Twitch. They've made a lot of changes over these several years since I've stopped streaming that has made me not want to stream on Twitch. So going forward, there may be potentially some YouTube streams going forward. I'm not sure we'll end up doing like members only streams or anything because I don't really use channel memberships. But I figured, hey, maybe sometimes every so often it might be a good idea to just stream some of the times I'm playing like Isaac or something. So in case my like motivation for actually like recording and editing is feeling down, I can still have something go up that week and still have some sort of content for people to watch. So I was thinking maybe, yeah, I've been playing Isaac a lot recently, and at least Lilligant has said that they would enjoy an occasional Isaac stream. So maybe I'll keep that in the back pocket. But at the same time, I've had a lot of difficulties when it comes to streaming, and that's part of the reason I don't really stream anymore. So I'm not fully sure if I'll fully get back into streaming, if I'll do it regularly, if I'll do it a lot, whatever. But it might be a case of maybe every so often, if I feel like it, there might be a stream. But in regards to specifically me playing Isaac and everything, I mentioned in the video I posted that my luck has been absolutely terrible recently with Isaac, and ever since that video, it's been a bit better, not by much. Specifically, I've been trying to get Apollyon up to the same like marks that I have on Eve, because Apollyon is my second favorite character. I really like playing Apollyon. Having the ability to just eat an item I don't want and get free stats from it is amazing to me. Granted, it usually gives like shot speed, but hey, free stats are free stats. It's much better than having a cube of meat that will always stay level 1 no matter what, and I'll never get any more. I'm pretty sure Edmund McMillan just made the cube of meat thing as a reference to his other game and not actually wanted to make like a good item out of it. I cannot think of a single person who is happy to get cube of meat. But let's deselect this real quick. Oh, that's looking good. That's some good. That's some good right there. Oh, I really like that. Now, I need to be careful not to have too much eyeliner because I want to make room for the sparkly black eyeshadow. I still really want to do that. Yeah, I'm still having a hard time thinking of how I want the shape of these backlashes to be. I do want them to be a little bit bigger, because, you know, she's dressing up for a date, she's wearing a little bit more makeup than she normally does, which, granted, she usually wears a bit of makeup, given, you know, whole emo thing. Gotta have a whole lot of eyeliner. And let's connect that around like that, maybe. Maybe because her hair's lower than normal, that's what's tripping me up. Ooh, that looks like it might be good. But anyway, I was talking about Apollyon. So I've been playing them, trying to get them on the same marks as my Eve, and oh my Lord Jesus, it has been rough. It got so bad to a point where I started referring to the fact that, you know, I've been getting such terrible runs on my Apollyon as the curse of Apollyon. Just because I have been getting basically nothing. There was a run I was doing the other day where I was doing fine. I hadn't been getting a whole lot, like getting hit a whole lot, I mean. But the items I were getting were basically irrelevant, and I was doing so little damage at one point that I literally paused the game, said aloud, I don't want to play this. And I just closed the game just because the run was so boring and disappointing. So me working on Apollyon has been rough, really rough. And it hasn't really helped too much with the fact that the entire reason I started working on Apollon's marks, even though I haven't, you know, full marked Eve or anything, is because I've been trying to do alt path on Eve now that I have it unlocked, and oh my fucking god, alt path is terrible. Alt path has been kicking my ass on top of having bad luck and not getting items. I don't think alt path's happening anytime soon. Alright, well I have the eye now. Looking good. Hell yeah. I was able to get to Mother exactly once, but that was the first time I ever got to Mother, so I had no idea how she played. So, needless to say, I died basically immediately. So now I have to do that all over again and get right back. But I'll leave the Isaac talk there in case any of you happen to not be too particularly interested in that. Especially now that I have to figure out how I want to do this always troublesome line that works as both, you know, her hair and part of her snout. I have been experimenting a little bit more with partial lines and connecting them. I've had a bit of success with that recently, so I might give that a go. See if I can't have, like, am I on a new layer? I am, cool. See if I can't give that a go, see if I can't get the start of a shape that I want, then continue off. Alright, so if the hair like drops like there, I need to start there. I want to go a little bit more straight with it and then curve. Which I suppose this is a good time to mention a couple of things of like what I've heard on like the art side of TikTok and everything. I obviously, well, I don't follow a lot of art TikToks, but I get a lot of art TikToks. And a lot of these art TikToks are typically, you know, experienced artists giving tips to inexperienced artists and everything, stuff like that. So they're good for me to watch because, you know, I am a relatively inexperienced artist. I'm still relatively new to this. And granted, how I've been getting a lot better and a lot more consistent, especially now that I've started like Let's Draw and everything and started drawing my own thumbnails, I've still got a lot to go. There's still a lot of stuff I'm not great at. Example, I still need to actually get used to drawing backgrounds and everything. But the reason I bring up these art TikToks is basically, well, I don't want to say basically all of them, but a good portion of them mention. Okay, I don't think the partial line's gonna work, but a good portion of them mention getting used to drawing with your arm and not your wrist, which I can see where they're coming from. I can understand why they would say that, because your arm is much more stable than your wrist is, and in theory, if you get used to it, it's a lot more controllable. Like, you have much more say in specifically how the line goes if you use your arm or not your wrist. But on one hand, I feel like there's a little bit of wiggle room there, because if you've gotten so used to drawing with your wrist that is how you draw best, I feel like it's not the worst thing in the world that you draw specifically with your wrist, you know? Because I've been drawing mostly with my wrist, and at this point, I don't think I'll be able to draw with my arm even if I tried. So let's just, let's do a difference real quick. So let's do a figure 8. So let's do like that. And now let's do that with my arm. Oh no, did I just prove myself wrong? Hold on. I'm noticing a consistent thing of me drawing with my arm versus my wrist. The one I drew with my arm is considerably less lopsided than drawing with my wrist. So I guess it really comes with specifically like bigger shapes you want to draw with your arm, but like single lines are probably fine with your wrist. I may have proven myself wrong just then, but that's the beauty about Let's Draw, because this is just as much as learning experience as it is a way for me to just practice drawing, which I guess is kind of redundant, but that's beside the point. Well, either way, I was able to, let's see, how's that line look? Yeah, I'm not really feeling that line, so I'll probably do that again. Let's zoom out a little bit and see about maybe... I keep going back to my wrist. Let's try drawing this with my arm. Yeah, no, this feels weird. And I'm curving up too much. I might do myself a crutch and just kind of do this on a high stabilizer, but it's this line, out of all the lines put together for Vixie's hair, this is the line that always gives me the most trouble because I never know how to go about it. Let me zoom out like a little bit, see if I can't get it all in one go. Because this line specifically was not working out with my arm. Oh, hold on, did we get it? A little bit thin at the top there, but let's see if we can't like just move it up a little bit, maybe turn it just slightly, and then a little bit of extra width. Without skew, we want width, like that. How's that look? Looking about decent. Alright, let's draw the rest of her snoot now. See about this looking a little bit better than it already does. So while I figure out how to do the rest of her snoot here, maybe this is a good time for the Patreon plug. A huge shout out to all of my current patrons. Your support is very much appreciated, and I love you all very much. If you would like to support me and the channel, you can do so on Patreon for just $5 a month and get a bunch of cool perks, such as work in progress art, whether it be for thumbnails or just something I happen to be working on. Hey, there's that Vicar Amelia drawing I was talking about. Full resolution art, including full resolution thumbnail art, and most importantly for you watching my video right now, even though this is technically an art video, but that's beside the point, is you'll get early access to my videos and access to a special channel where I host all of my director's cut and uncut content for your viewing pleasure. So if any of that strikes your fancy, make sure to head down to the link in the description and check out my Patreon. Once again, a huge shout out to all of my current patrons. Your support is very much appreciated. I love you all very much. And now we'll see about actually getting this line here done. I might try that thing I normally do where I just connect it sharply at the top to get the shape here, and then I smooth it out. But that can only work so well. Ooh, that might work. That might work. Okay, how's it look without the sketch? A little bit pointy, but that's a snoot. That's okay. Let's also bring the sketch down to like 25% opacity, because I don't want to keep like having to go back down and making it like thin again. Thin in the ink sense, not in the volume sense. Alright, so now let's just do a little bit of shaping here. Make it just a little bit more rounded. Let's actually... Oh, smaller eraser, please. Let's erase this a little bit, like right there. Then go back here, erase that a little bit. And now see about connecting those together. What is this? Oh, I never deleted that marker line. There we go. I was wondering what that was. And now we'll just very easily curve this down a little bit, just to smooth it out and not have such a harsh corner. How's that look? Looking pretty good. I know I just did this, but yeah. I think that'll work for the snootus. I might make this corner have a little bit more volume to it. That's entirely on if I have the capability of doing so. We'll just do a couple lines over each other, fill it out. How does that look now? I would say that looks better. You know, it's a really good thing that I decided to do Let's Draw today and not specifically Minecraft, because I'm just gonna preemptively say that topic might get just a little heavy. Nothing too excessive here, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about how I've been feeling recently as far as like motivation for like YouTube and stuff goes. So just given that sort of topic and the fact that I have depression, the topic might get a little heavy, so if that makes you feel uncomfortable, then feel free to skip ahead until I stop talking about it. But recently I've been struggling a little bit more with motivation as far as just like YouTube or honestly, basically anything goes. A big reason I've been playing Isaac a lot is just because I haven't really felt like playing anything else. So now that I've been like running into like issues with Isaac, just my luck being terrible and my runs being trash and all of that, I've been stuck specifically on like what I want to do in my free time. The obvious option is that I always have like videos to edit. I don't have to record on Monday, but I usually do. So there is definitely stuff for me to do, but it then comes down to, do I actually want to do that? And that's a big like factor in here, because if I do something without wanting to do it, it ends up turning out like total crap. So I want to do my best to actually like do things that I want to do, so it comes out good, I put effort into it, and therefore people who are like viewing whatever I did, whether it be videos or art, will like it as well, and not just something that I'll like in the moment and then come back and dislike. So I guess that's part of the reason that I'm not recording Minecraft today, which, while yes, I love Minecraft, that does, I guess, forebode something that I didn't want to do, which was draw a thumbnail, because thumbnails are their own unique breed. Yes, they are just, me drawing, and I love drawing, it's my second biggest hobby, but it really comes down to a factor of they are art, but I specifically have a time limit on doing it, and I have to go from not having anything to do with the thumbnail to having a concept idea and ideally a sketch by at least Thursday is usually my cutoff for like drawing a sketch and stuff. So I guess it's just a self-imposed limit I've put on myself, but having limits and like getting out of your comfort zone is how you learn and everything. So as I've mentioned a couple times, a big reason I started drawing my own thumbnails and a big reason I started Let's Draw, which I almost bring this up in every episode of Let's Draw, is I want to get better at like art, like consistency, namely. So while drawing thumbnails, yes, is me just, you know, making art and everything, it comes with a connotation of, yes, you're making art, but it's for a reason and you are on a time limit, and it's not specifically just because you felt like drawing. And that's why, even though, you know, my art isn't bad now, my art's gotten much better than it used to be, sometimes my thumbnails can be absolute stinkers. So it's good for me to take a break sometimes and just do something that doesn't require me to make a thumbnail, like Let's Draw, because obviously I'm already drawing something for the video anyway. I can use that as a thumbnail, and that's why my Let's Draw thumbnails always look the way that they do. And it's especially important not to like overwork myself or run out of motivation in like this general time of year, because Spooktober is right around the corner. Obviously it's still August, it hasn't even been my birthday yet, that's in 3 days, which by the time that this video has gone up, my birthday has already come and gone. So leave a happy birthday message for me, I guess, because I'm 24 now. Right now I'm still 23, but that's beside the point. There's a line here I need to make go away. Spooktober, ignoring the fact that it's still currently August, is right around the corner. And while I don't usually do thumbnails for Spooktober because I'm not going to be able to make a thumbnail per day, but I was kind of thinking about maybe trying it, but I don't think I'm gonna end up making thumbnails, like drawing thumbnails for Spooktober, and I'll probably just end up doing what I did last year and just have, you know, that picture of Rosie and editing her and having her different expressions in the thumbnails. So I guess the ultimate point of this like little talking section here is I wanted to do a Let's Draw today, on top of the fact that I want to finish this thing of Vixie like soon, because I'm loving it so far and I'd love to make this like my profile picture, but mainly because I wanted to do something that would allow me to like sort of recharge my motivation for stuff and not have to worry about anything like particularly labor intensive or time consuming like drawing a thumbnail. Both to make sure that, you know, my brain is working correctly, and to prepare myself for when I have to do a lot of recording and a lot of editing for the entirety of Spooktober, which I'm still wholly planning on doing. Of course, if something comes up, I will let you all know, and if either Spooktober gets delayed or if I don't end up doing Spooktober or whatever reason, I'll make sure to let you know. Which, if you are interested in updates like that, I would recommend you going to the link in the description and following me on Twitter, because that is where I post almost all of my updates. And if you don't like Twitter, which fair enough, I also like post my tweets in the news section of the Discord. So if you have a Discord but you don't like Twitter, you can just go ahead and join the Discord and basically just use it for news updates if you really want to. Alright, how are we looking on hair and such? Looking good, I like it. That's the way I like it like. Alright, cool. Now let's draw your snooze. Why don't we? I actually want that to be above the mouth, like right here. And let's just do a very simple triangle shape here. Usually I do the top line first, because connecting the two lines here is a little bit of a pain in the ass, but we'll give it a go, see if I can just fucking sundot. But to really quickly come back to the topic of me not having any luck whatsoever in Isaac recently and getting kind of frustrated with the game, there is something I did want to like bring up, I guess. I haven't been really playing a whole lot of games recently that I play with mouse and keyboard. I've been playing a ton of games that I use my DualShock 4 for, whether that be like, you know, classic PlayStation games or anything like that, in obviously like official PlayStation hardware, of course, or, you know, Isaac or Cult of the Lamb. I've just been playing a lot of games recently that I haven't really been playing with mouse and keyboard, because playing in mouse and key, I have to like sit up, I have to pay attention, I have to have both my hands like fully like in action, I suppose, because, you know, mouse and key is a very interactive thing. So it's been nice just being able to play games with, you know, half paying attention, I suppose, as far as like using my hands go. And the reason I'm bringing this up is I don't have a whole lot of games I actually play with controller. So I wanted to, I guess, just as like a talking point or something you can leave a comment about, I wanted to ask, hey, if you guys know of like any good chill games that are like work really well on like using a gamepad or a controller, make sure to tell me, because I would love to check them out. I would love to have just a wide variety of games I can choose from that I can just chillax, lean back in my chair with my controller, and just kind of vibe with. Because right now I really only have Cult of the Lamb and Isaac as far as games I play on my PC, and you know my Switch, which Scarlet and Violet, Pokemon has not been too kind after the two DLCs came out. And yes, those are air quotes you just heard. And I'm gonna put some extra thick quotes on the end game of Scarlet and Violet, which is to say it doesn't fucking exist. So I haven't exactly been playing my Switch all that much. But anyway, yeah, if you have any recommendations for chill games that I can play with a controller, and they don't have to be like chill games, they could be like an action shooty game, but so long as they don't take like very much attention to play, then I'll be interested in them. But speaking of specifically chill games, I'm not too interested in Stardew Valley, but there is a game that is very Stardew Valley-like that I've been looking at recently, and it's been sitting on my wishlist for a while, called Sunhaven, which, from what I've seen from the screenshots and the trailer and stuff, it's a lot like Stardew Valley, but has a lot more, like, I guess, interactive elements to it, and it's like, instead of being just, you know, people on a farm doing farm things and you can, like, romance people, there's, like, magic and stuff. So, Sunhaven is a game I've been passively watching and thinking, like, if I have some spare money, I'll probably pick that up. So if any of you happen to play Sunhaven, especially people who play Sunhaven, like, a lot, leave a comment down below. Is it good? Is it fun? Do you enjoy it? And if you do enjoy it, what do you enjoy about it? Because I would love to hear what an experienced Sunhaven enjoyer has to say about the game. Especially if that has, like, good controller support, because then that, like, fills the, that also fills in the request of sharing, you know, chill games I can play with a controller. Alright, well, I've kind of run out of talking points for a little bit, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go into a time-lapse, and while I do a couple more of these lines, and if I think of something to talk about, I'll make sure to pop back in.
After you take away the bread, cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, and mayonnaise, what have you got?
A fax machine.
Oh, my brain is really not awake for recording today's Patreon, I'll tell you that much. I'm doing my best here. I really am. I want to get a video up, and this is already low effort. I'm not gonna go 2 weeks in a row of just not uploading. Thankfully, the people who watch my videos, much like you, Patreon, are very, very kind people and very understanding, which I'm happy about our little community we have. And little is definitely the word I use for it. Obviously, I'm, like, upset with, like, not quite being at a level where I can fully make YouTube my, like, full-time job or anything. But I do genuinely appreciate the small community we do have, because we have a small community of very, very cool people who can understand, like, when I need a break, who can understand that I am a person and I can't just, like, do these long commentary videos consistently every day, and that's why I do it like once a week, because that's much more manageable. So I'm very, I don't say this much, but I'm very appreciative of literally everyone who watches my videos, because it gives me a chance to do something I enjoy with the passive experience of potentially being able to make it a job at some point while also, is the word I was looking for, understanding that, like, I'm a person with, like, needs and mental health I need to worry about, so they're not, like, they can understand when I need to take a break, and I really appreciate that. Which, honestly, I don't think I'm gonna keep that, like, just for the Patreon. I might just keep that in the video, so, hey, Snowy, if you don't mind me getting a little sappy there, we'll go ahead and hold off on the time-lapse for that specifically. Just so I can have people, you know that I do appreciate their interaction. And hey, if you do really like my stuff and you think I'm cool, maybe you could, like, share my videos around to other people you might think like them, because, you know, growth is very difficult in YouTube, especially with my very specific case where I had a good amount of traction for a while, but then my computer died, and then, you know, my traction stopped and the algorithm stopped paying attention to me, so I've been trying to, like, climb my way back up. So any help you can provide even if it's just watching my videos, but especially if it is like sharing my videos around and helping people find my videos if they might enjoy them is very much appreciated, and I love you all very much. So without that, with that little bit of sappy bullshit out of the way, now I'm gonna go into a time lapse so I can give my voice a little bit of a break. This is the first time in like a while that I've recorded for like an hour straight and just kept talking. We're going to pause the time-lapse here for a second, because we have some interesting stuff going on now that their head's all done, which actually I am going to very quickly put into its own group, because I like doing that with my line art sometimes, especially with like big like full-body pieces like this. Well, this is a thigh-up, but that's beside the point. And we'll call that head noggin. Now we are moving on to the nitty-gritty and the titty of this. But before we go to said titty, I want to see about maybe doing the choker first, because this heart shape is going to be interesting with the fact that I actually, need to draw like lines for it now. So I'm going to do myself a favor, and I'm going to put in lines for her neck first, so I can have like a border to work on. Maybe not quite. Let's just do from like where the strap meets the shoulder and then curve that up here, maybe. Or like that, maybe? Hold on, we're getting there. I wanted to pop in because I figured actually having something to talk about might be a little bit interesting. I'm not sure how many of you actually like pay attention when I'm trying to like process on how to do something, I guess. So I guess that's another thing you could leave a comment about. If you enjoy these parts of the Let's Draw where I'm like working something out and I'm saying like, okay, I need to do this, let's try this. Make sure to let me know if you enjoy that, because I'll see about leaving them in. And if they're really annoying, I'll make sure to cut them out. Let's not do the straps to the choker first. Let's see about maybe like doing the inline with the heart. That. There we go. And now that we have that connected, now we can do the straps and go in line with it, which will make it easier to do the outside because that leaves less lines for me to do from scratch. That. And then we just match that up with the other side, which honestly, the whisker here might be doing me a favor because I could potentially hide some of the... Actually, no, that would look weird. So we still gotta do some lineage here. I'm trying to visualize... Maybe we'll do the top one first, and then it'll give me a better idea of where I want the strap to be. Like that. That's looking about correct. And now we do from the whisker. How's that look? Catch, go away. Aha, yes. De Whisker. Whisker utility. That's what you love to see right there. Alright, cool. So with that in mind, this wouldn't really make sense with what I'm doing, but I want to see maybe about erasing part of the, like, bottom, like, fluff line here. Sick aftermarket exhaust there in the background. I'm not sure if y'all heard that over the music. Let's just experiment a little bit. Make this a 40 point. And see about erasing, like, part of this. See what that looks like. Yeah, no, that's weird. we'll just leave that line there. Alright, anyway, now we do the rest of the choker, which is going to be considerably easier now that we have let's make the head and noggin go away so I can see. Because we don't have to do the entire, like, shape twice. And we can just kind of get this cute little shape going to a point where it's, like, big and noticeable, and it gives me plenty of really, really fun metals to render, because I mentioned plenty of times that I love rendering metal. It's so satisfying. Let's start with this side like we did with the other end. Or the inside, rather. A little bit thicker than I had originally planned, but I think with the, like, rest of, like, my line thickness and stuff, I think that looks fine. So now we just connect this bottom part here, which is going to be super easy because it's just a V shape, which I have plenty of experience in drawing. Maybe just a little bit of curve. That. Little bit of curve. A little bit of curve is okay, it's perfectly natural. And then make the sketch go away. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Sweet. Now that the choker's looking all nice and good, why does this look weird? I know why. Let's have some, like, some lines here to show that it's connecting under. Like that. Look at how much better that looks. Implication lines is what I like to call them. Is that the term? Probably not, but I like the way it sounds. Now, I was thinking just now, and in the several days it's been since I've, first started drawing this, how does this choker connect to itself? Because obviously it's got to, like, open and close for you to be able to put it on. I could just, like, as simple as, like, put a little circle here or something. Maybe here as well. Just to, like, imply that there's, like, a little connecty button on one side of this. So you pop that open and then it, like, unfurls. In which case, I might do, like, a full line through here, so that's like a flap that, like, connects over and opens. In which case, we'll make it a little bit bigger and have this side be like an implication line. And then we have a little connecty nubbin there. And then you pop that, you would pop this open, and then I guess you could always just have, like, the connecting thing be in the back. Yeah, it's a better idea. Just, alright. YouTube watching this right now, just let it be known that the choker here connects in the back. That's why you can't see that's why you can't see a fastener of any sort. With our implication lines back. Sweet. In fact, those implication lines look even better than the way I had them before. Hell yeah. Alright, sketch, come back, please. I think actually this neckline might be a little goofy. We see. Yes, actually. I guess I could just shape the straps around it. That might be a thing I end up doing. We'll start on this side first, because this is already, like, decently, like, the same as the sketch. So we'll just send it here and see how this goes. Drawing teddy straps is being a bit more difficult than I thought it would be. Like that? That looks better. And now, let's just connect this up this way. Like that. I was making it more difficult on myself by doing a specific part of the strap first. Alright, so now, let's see about doing the opposite side here. And let's put the, like, actual strap itself, like the top of the strap here. Yeah, that looks fine. Because, like, her other shoulder is supposed to be a bit lower than this one anyway. I will just do, like, this. See if we can't just, like, cover up this line. Inconspicuously, Douglas. Yeah, that'll work. Fuck it. So, seeing as how drawing these actual orbs themselves might be a kind of a pain of the ass. A pain of the ass, specifically. We'll go ahead and do the V first. That's gonna be a little bit easier, because just some curvy lines that meet in the middle. And then this one is a little bit straighter. Except there. And if we have any overshoot with these thin little lines, I can just erase it and we'll be fine. That's looking fine. And I guess while we're here... Oh, hold on, we gotta touch this up a little bit. Will anyone ever see that overshoot? I would, and that's the important thing. But while we're here, as I was mentioning, we'll go ahead and do the cleavage as well. Activities. I think this side is a little bit lower than it should be, but for the time being, we'll leave it like that so we can draw the rest of the tibby, and then maybe we'll see. That's all in the same layer. Oh, whoops. Yeah, it's fine. Once we get the rest of the tibby done, we'll go back and see if we can't fix that. So this is going to be a little bit of an interesting thing, because I just kind of have to go in a circle. Okay, so do I want to commit to the very slow, methodical process of just going around in one circle, or do I just want to fucking send it with 100? We'll give 1,000 a go, just to see how it turns out. I think this is going to be lopsided. Yeah, lopsided. So let's do Hondo. Yeah, no. I never know how to go about Tibbities, at least in this regard. With Vixie's normal outfit, it's just kind of like a peanut shape. I think the 1,000 thing is like my best option, and I just have to be very meticulous about it. Like that. How's that look? Okay, I would say. This needs to come out a little bit more. Then a loop around, then up, and then swerve, and then around, and boom. How's that? I'm getting there. We'll go ahead and go into a time lapse because this is going to take a little bit. Actually, depending, I might just have to do this draft here. Actually, I think I got it just there, so don't even bother with the time-lapse, I guess. I will rename this to Tibby, just in case you want to come back and fix that. And I am thinking... maybe? I might move this part of the cleave just a little bit more upward. See how that looks? Oh, hold on, I gotta get to it. So I basically followed the sketch on that one. So we'll do the same thing here, except we'll go up a little bit higher, like right here. How does that look? I think I went a little bit too high now. So now, we'll just go ahead and just like follow the top line of the sketch here, and that's probably going to be decent. That's probably what the doctor ordered. Alright, so now that Tibby is out of the way, looking nice and squishable, do we want to do the body? Like the body shape? Or do we want to do arms? I think I'm going to do the rest of the body here because the arms and the legs are just kind of very basic shapes because they're mostly out of frame. So we'll do body next, which this should be easy if I don't do shit too early. Is that a boom? I think that's a boom. Cool. I do notice some lines here. Hold on, where is it? Was that on Tibby? That was on Tibby. Alright, and now we just do the other side. Come on down to the other side. Come with us through the gates of hell. We will drag you from where you are to where you belong. There was a lot of fry in that with the fact that my voice was so low. Anyone like Pendulum in chat? Yeah, you know, I'm not awake enough to actually like deal with that shape right now. So we're just gonna go ahead and, oh, speaking of shape, I actually do want to redo this side because this needs to be more plump. It does not accent Vixie's excessively huge hips the way that I want them to. So we're just gonna be lazy and we're just gonna do it nice and slow. I'm not awake enough to try and do this like legitimately right now. Whee! You know, what's kind of funny is, I believe in the first episode of me, like, working on this drawing of Vixie here, I mentioned that, like, I didn't want her waist to seem, like, too thin. But in, like, every subsequent, there we go, that's the word I was looking for. In every subsequent drawing of Vixie I did, her waist kept getting smaller and smaller. Which I didn't mean to. I don't want her to be, like, excessively skinny and everything, but it just kind of, that, like, shape kind of lends credence to the general body shape that Vixie has anyway, so it just kind of happened. And it's not like I have to worry about, like, realistic body standards or anything. I draw fucking cartoons with huge tits anyway, so who cares? And you know what? Cartoons with huge tits make me happy. Is that kind of a pathetic comment to make? Yes, but I'm still going to make it, and no one can stop me. Dress line. Dress line. Dress line. Dress line. Dress line. Dress line. Wait, a little crease, maybe a little bit higher than that, like that. Cool. And then have this down here like that. Look like a dress? That looks like a dress to me. And now we'll just quickly throw in a little line for the thigh here. And then everything else is off screen, so I don't really need line art for that. I actually think that needs to be a little bit thicker, so we're gonna make the sketch go away and just wing it. Right here. How's that look? Yeah, it's looking more accurate. And now let's just do a little bit of, like, implication lines, as I've called them. Like right here, with a little bit of curve. That seems okay. Most of this is gonna be, like, covered up by, like, the, like, sparkly, like, silver of the dress and everything when I get into, like, rendering stuff. I'm gonna put these here for the time being just so I know where I'm, like, working, like, what I'm working with. I know generally, like, where her thigh starts and her hips stop. I actually think her body's a little bit longer than it should be. It looks a little bit extra tall. Maybe it's just because she doesn't, like, have arms and stuff yet. Or maybe her head's not usually... No, her head's the right shape. Right size. I'm just gonna roll with it, fuck it. So now we'll just do another sort of situation over here with a small implication line there. And then maybe put another one like another small one at the very edge here. Because I'm also just kind of using that as like an indicator of where her like pelvis and hips are. And because the dress is loose and not particularly form-fitting, we don't really need hip dips. So I don't need to specifically know where they are, but might do that just in case. No, that looks like generally like correct. I might erase this one actually. Maybe both of the outside ones. Let's just have the inside lines here, and we'll just go off of that. Yeah, you know what? I like that better. So with the leggy currently in position, let's go ahead and just very quickly throw in the arms, which is going to be great because I did the artist thing and I hid her hands, so it's just going to be like tubes. Oh, and before I forget, I am a world before I am a man. We gotta erase the tibby lines here because they're overlapping with her hair. Cool. So now we just gotta do a little bit of shoulder action here, like that. And a line here. Make it pretty thick actually. A little curvy line here. And then forearm there. Which I just remembered, literally just now, that I wanted her to be like holding her other arm, like shyly and coyly and stuff. So let's see about winging that real quick, because my hand shapes are thankfully very basic. So let's just have like triangle, like here. No, it's a bit there, like there-ish. Triangle. And then arm go away. And then have it like curve around like that. And then fingers like that. That hand is way too tiny. Wait. Alright, well let's just make it bigger. Yeah, you know what? It's better that she just doesn't have hands. It's fine. No one's gonna look that close anyway. I won't tell if you won't. Alright, so now let's just throw on her other arm real quick, which we'll do line here. And then... Oh, where'd I go? That's butt. Line here. Julio. Shoutouts if your name's Julio. Boom. Shoulders and things. I'm actually kind of impressed with myself that I just kind of threw that shoulder on there and I didn't even think about it. Look at me go. A little bit of elbow action, a little bit of forearm action, and I usually don't bother with little details like this because my art style is so cartoony and basic, but I think I might put a little bit of a crease line there. Nah. When you betray the cartoony nature, things start looking weird. Speaking of looking weird, how are we looking? Good! That is what we're looking. Good! I think I actually might take this part here, and thank you, Krita, very cool, and move it just a little bit in, turn it just a little bit like that, like here. It's a little bit more behind her. Better yet, even. Sweeb. So now, I think we just gotta throw in the back of her hair and her tail, and we should be good to boogie. And didn't forget her earrings, right? Yeah. I think for the rest of this video, once I put in her hair and her tail, which won't take very long, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do very basic flat color, and then I'm probably going to, like, do the tone in her eyes, because it's easy, and then see about experimenting with the, like, sparkly eyeliner, or eyeshadow, different. And I'll probably save, like, rendering the rest of the colors and stuff for another video. Funnily enough, a song popped up on my playlist that I really, really, like, associate to Vixie and, like, her story, and, like, her canon and everything. If anyone's curious, the song is Chasing the Dragon by Get Sex. It's a song that I play in my head for Vixie's, like, training sequence when she's learning how to use this, like, dagger, this cool dagger she has. But that's a lot of lore that literally no one but me and Dread know about. And given the perspective, I don't think I need to add a line there for her hair, and I just gotta color it in. Alright, so there's hair, right? Looking weird? Looking good. I'm remembering why I love this drawing so much. She looks so fucking cute. I'm absolutely making this my profile picture when I'm done with it. Especially if I can get the silver looking really good. This might be my new profile picture for, like, everything. Tail time. And we put this in there, and then curve it around. Boom. Tail moment. Now, we just throw in the little bit of extra fluff back here. Which, speaking of, like, tail fluff and drawing Vixie and everything, the most recent episode of Minecraft I've posted, and drawing the thumbnail in that for particular, which I love, that was really fun, really interesting, because that's a perspective I've never really drawn before, as well as it's another thing that has slowly given us more and more of what Vixie's fur pattern looks like. Which, currently at this point, I'm really the only person who fully knows, but you can kind of put together what it looks like. Tail looks a little bit strange, but let's experiment with just, like, oh, what am I looking at? Hold on. I put that on the same layer as her hair. Okay. Well, that's easy. We can just select all that, cut it, and paste it. Boom, new layer. So I'm going to connect right here, and I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. Connect down there. There we go. Just got a little bit of rotation, and we're good to go. Alright, so that's tail, fur, body, hair. Okay, I'm not seeing anything I'm missing. So, how's dabouts? Oh, and if I do, like, flat color and everything, I'm just gonna render the choker anyway. So, let's see about coloring this in. I don't think I'm going to, or rather, I think I'm going to go into a time lapse for this, because this takes a while, and it usually takes a lot of my concentration. So time for a very quick coloring time lapse as soon as I make a group for it and color. All right, time lapse time, go. Okay, so I have been recording, I forgot to turn my mic back on, so you missed a lot of commentary there, but I guess I can just put that as part of the time lapse. So I guess I'll just say thanks to Mistly for helping me helping me how to do like the sparkly eyeshadow here. It's looking great. I'm really liking it. I'm actually kind of bummed out. I missed out, or you missed out on that commentary in case you were like interested in hearing my process, because I was doing shit all out loud. But I tried doing this like line here along the edge line of the eyeshadow, and I think it looks a lot better even than it already did. So with all of that random crap I mentioned along the way out of the way, I think I'm pretty happy with this. If it looks like crap and I'm just coping, I'll be able to figure that out tomorrow, and we'll see about me fixing it. But right now, I'm loving this. So with that, I think that is a good point to stop. Let's just sign this for the Patreon real quick, and then we can close off this video. There's our whip, everybody. Looking good. I'm feeling alive and beautiful. I'm extra upset that you missed out on the commentary, because it was really funny how much I was like obsessing over how good the eyeshadow looks. Just out of curiosity, though, I am going to go back into color, go to the new eyeshadow, and turn that off. Do I like it more with or without the line? I think I like it a little bit more with the line. So we're going to keep the line, at least for now. We can always come back to this. Man, that is a 4.5-hour recording of line art and coloring. This was a good palette cleanser. Anyway, this is all signed for the Patreon now. The colors are done and everything. So I think it's high time that we put an end to this here video. If you genuinely enjoyed this video, consider dropping a like, and make sure to hit that subscribe button to become a puff if you haven't already, and hit the bell so it actually does something. If you want to support me and the channel, you can do so at Patreon for just $5 a month, and you get a bunch of cool perks. My name's Vixie, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.